Once upon a time, in a small town nestled in the mountains, there lived a wise Zen master who was revered by the people for his wisdom and insight. People from far and wide would often come to seek his guidance and solutions to their problems. One day, a large group of people had gathered in the town to listen to the Zen master, who had gained quite a reputation for his teachings. As soon as he entered the room, everyone present there began to ask him questions and sought his advice for their problems. Most of the people present there had a similar problem. They were unhappy with their stressful lives and did not know how to lead a happy and balanced life. The Zen master listened carefully to everyone's problems and concerns, and then left the room for a short while. When he returned, he had a glass jar and a bag in his hand. The Zen master placed the jar on the table and asked the audience what it was. Everyone said that it was an empty jar. The Zen master then took some golf balls out of his bag and filled the jar with them until no more would fit. He then asked everyone again if the jar was full, and they replied, "Yes, master, the jar is full now." The Zen master then took a box of small pebbles and poured them into the jar, filling up the gaps between the golf balls. He shook the jar lightly, and the pebbles rolled into the open spaces between the golf balls. He then asked everyone again if the jar was full, and they replied, "Yes, master, the jar is full now." The Zen master then took out a box of sand from his bag and poured it into the jar. The sand particles filled up all the remaining empty space in the jar. Once again, the Zen master asked the audience if the jar was full. This time, they replied with some hesitation, "Yes, master, the jar is full now." The Zen master smiled and said, "My friends, I want you to recognize that this jar represents your life. The golf balls represent the important things like your family, your health, and your passions. The pebbles represent other important things like your job, your car, your home, and your friends. And the sand is everything else, it's just small stuff." The Zen master went on to explain that if the sand, which represents unimportant things, was poured into the jar first, then there would be no room for the golf balls or the pebbles. Similarly, if one spends all their energy and time on the small stuff, then they won't have time for all the real important things that matter to them. The Zen master concluded by saying that in order to live a well-balanced, stress-free, and happy life, one must pay attention to the things that are critical to their happiness. They should take care of the golf balls first, which represent the real important things in their lives, and then prioritize the pebbles. The rest is just like sand, which won't matter much whether it's there or not. The audience listened intently to the Zen master's words and realized that he was right. They came to understand that family, health, and passion should be their first priority, followed by jobs, cars, homes, and friends. The rest is just like sand, which they shouldn't waste their time and energy on. From that day forward, the people of the town started to prioritize their lives, focusing on the things that were most important to them. They began to live a well-balanced, stress-free, and happy life, thanks to the wise teachings of the Zen master. The story teaches us that, to prioritize the important things in life and to focus on what truly matters. Just as the Zen master used the jar, golf balls, pebbles, and sand as a metaphor for life, we must understand that our time and energy are limited resources, and we should spend them wisely on the things that are most important to us. By putting the important things first and taking care of them, we can lead a more fulfilling and stress-free life. The story encourages us to set our priorities straight, to focus on the things that bring us happiness and joy, and to let go of the small things that do not matter as much. This is Wonderful Words of Life Motivation. Thanks for watching.